I'm Tammy Monaco, and I am the president of Beck-n-Call Event Services. I founded the company in 2007 with the goal of being the Mid-Atlantic region's premier event staffing company with our top-notch servers and bartenders. Remember that all of our bartenders are licensed to serve and are fully insured with general liability, workers' comp, and liquor liability insurance. One of the questions I get asked most frequently is, what do I need for my bar? And that is an excellent question. Today, I'm going to walk you through what you will need to prepare for having one of our bartenders serve at your next event. The most important decision you will make is whether you will just be serving beer, wine, soft drinks, and water, or if you will be offering a full bar. And by full bar, we mean a bar with mixed drinks and liquor offerings. If you're not serving liquor, the typical ratio is one bartender to approximately every 75 guests. By trying to keep it simple, I typically recommend a red and a white wine, along with a regular and a light beer. If you want to take it a step further, you can always add a pre-made signature cocktail. If you're going with a full bar, you will need one bartender to approximately every 50 guests. In addition to your beers and wines, I typically recommend having vodka, gin, rum, bourbon, scotch, and whiskey. Those are the basics. Obviously, if your best friend is a tequila drinker and you want tequila, have tequila. The fact of the matter is that your guests will find something to drink, so don't try to please everyone. If someone is a die-hard Grey Goose drinker and you have Tito's, guess what? They'll drink your Tito's. Need guidance on how much product to purchase? Evite has a fabulous drink calculator to help guide you. However, I always recommend purchasing from a liquor store that will allow you to return any unopened, restockable product. You will also need sodas and mixers. I typically suggest cola, diet cola, and ginger ale as the basics. Again, you can always add to that, but you've got your bases covered with them. Also, don't forget your tonic water and club soda. As far as juices go, cranberry juice and orange juice are the basics. The last thing you'll need to grab while you're at the grocery store are garnishes. Limes are the most popular, followed by lemons. Some folks like oranges too. If you have friends who like their martinis, consider grabbing a jar of olives while you're at it, as well as some dry vermouth. And if you know you'll have children requesting Shirley Temples, pick up a jar of maraschino cherries as well. Next up is ice. The general rule of thumb is 2.5 to 3 pounds per person. I know that sounds like a lot, but hear me out. 1, ice is cheap. 2, some will be used to chill your white wine and your beer. 3, some will be used as potable drink-making ice. And 4, some is gonna just melt. No one likes having to run to the store to buy more ice mid-party. You will need to decide whether you will be using glassware or disposable cups. Some people don't like the environmental impact of plastic cups, but there are compostable ones available now that are easily the same quality. Remember that unless you are renting your glassware, it will need to be washed, and that adds labor. Also, you cannot stack glasses the way you can plastic, so glassware takes up a lot more real estate. The basic glassware would be an all-purpose wine glass and a highball or tall glass. You can always add rocks or shorter glasses to the mix and separate out the red and the white wine glasses. If you opt for disposable or compostable, an 8-ounce cup for wine is standard, and you can go with around a 14-ounce cup for everything else. In regards to how many total glasses you will need, As a general rule of thumb, you should plan on 1 glass per person per hour. Our bartenders each have their own toolkit that they will bring with them. However, it is very basic, with things like a corkscrew, bottle opener, ice scoop, etc. It is up to you to provide them with the other things that they will need, and we're going to go through that now. So let's talk about the work area. Now that you have an idea of what you will have at your bar, obviously a table is fine, as long as it is sturdy and an appropriate size. If we are going to be working on a finished table, you should put down a waterproof pad to protect it, and if possible, your tablecloth should go down to the ground to hide the extra product we'll be storing underneath. On the bar itself, you will need to provide a receptacle that can be used as an ice bucket for scooping that clean, potable drink ice. This can be an actual ice bucket, as long as it is an appropriate size. It can even be a large bowl or a clean, small tub. We will also need something at the bar for holding the chilled beverages such as the white wine, beer, and some extra ice. Typically, a cooler or waterproof tub, if being used inside, works great for this. This usually sits on the floor out of sight, so it doesn't need to be fancy. Then, if you don't have a second fridge to keep the backup product chilled, a second tub or cooler that can be placed in a garage or other workspace to chill the additional items. Lastly, your bartender will need a garbage can with a few liners, as it's always a good idea to double bag at the bar. This is meant to provide a general overview. I'm happy to talk through your specific plans with you and make recommendations. And of course, if you've got us booked and would like for me to email you this shopping list, I would be happy to do so. Thank you for choosing Beck-n-Call Event Services, and we look forward to giving you a hand with your next event.